Supposedly it's gonna snow this weekend. I hope that's not the case.
Because as a fellow Texan, I am not ready for the snow. Man, I hate the snow.
So the wheels are off, the calipers are off, and we are ready to go.
Alright, what is going on, everybody? If you don't already know who I am, my name is Carlos. And if you remember from the last video, we're actually preparing for a photo shoot with the guy at Cars and Coffee. So he's the official photographer of Cars and Coffee. So I hit him up on Instagram and I said, hey bro, are you down to take a photo shoot with my car? And he was like, yeah. So we were planning on doing it this weekend, but unfortunately something came up and we had to reschedule for next week, which is perfect for me because it gives me time to prepare the Mach 1 the way I want it to be for the photo shoot, because I really want to hang this up on my wall and see where I started and where I become in the future. But before that photo shoot comes, I have a lot to do with the Mach 1. But today, what we're actually going to be doing is we're actually going to be painting the calipers. Actually, I'm not even going to say the color. You'll kind of see. But we're going to be painting the calipers, and I've done this before on my 1999 Mustang. I actually painted them red, and from my experience, it was pretty easy, but there was some stuff that I'd like to fix here and there. For example, the front calipers are looking pretty awesome, but the rear ones, they're kind of chipping, but that's probably because I didn't clean them correctly before I applied the paint. So that's what we're going to watch out when we're painting the calipers on the Mach 1 today, and it should be pretty easy. So I have all the calipers off. You can leave the calipers on the rotor and just mask off the rotor so you don't get any overspray, but I did that on my 1999 Mustang and it was a little bit harder. So today I removed the calipers and I put them right here, so it's easier to work with and you're able to see everything that you're doing. And since I am basically a pro at painting calipers, you don't really need a lot of things to actually paint them. So I just went to O'Reilly's right now and I just bought 3 things. Number 1 is a wire brush. This cost me about $3, and we're going to be using a wire brush, or you can use some sandpaper, it doesn't really matter, to remove the rust and to kind of clean up the calipers. And number 2 and number 3 is the actual paint. So I've never bought Dupli-Color, that's what I bought. I think the last one I bought was VHT, something like that. I'm not really sure, but this is all that they had, so I went ahead and bought it. I mean, it is caliper paint, but basically what you're looking for in paint is that it withstands temperatures up to 500 degrees or something even further, but you just want to make sure that it can withstand high temperature, because if you don't buy high temperature paint, then the paint's just going to peel off and it's not going to end up looking good. So you want to make sure to grab this, and I just bought it in black, 2 black ones, gloss black. This just cost me about $5, so 10 bucks, 13 bucks, so that's not bad at all. So $15 to paint your calipers, yeah, I dig it. Alright, so I've been doing this for a few minutes now and you can already see the difference. So my car has about 36,000 miles, so you're not going to expect the calipers to be as dirty compared to another car that has 110,000 miles, but overall they're looking pretty good. And you can see right here you have some dirt piling up, and just use the brush to kind of take that away. And you see how it's very smooth, very clean around here? That's basically what you want. And you can use a little bit of brake cleaner to kind of clean that up. And basically with a few more scrubs, this caliper is almost ready for paint. It's pretty awesome. And right here it's gonna be really dirty, but since nobody's gonna really see that, since it's gonna be stuck on like that, the main part people are gonna see are this, and like almost right here. So I'm not too worried about this part, but if you're a detail freak, then you can go ahead and clean that up. Alright, so it is currently the next day, and there's a good reason why I took a break in between from cleaning my calipers and not painting them on the same day. And that's actually because of the shirt I'm wearing. As you can see, it's a Marvel shirt, and I went to go watch Thor Ragnarok, midnight premiere of course. And if you don't already know, I'm a huge comic book movie fan. I love comic books, I love comic book movies, even though DC has been failing me recently, but Marvel has been keeping up their game, and they've been killing it. They did awesome with Thor Ragnarok, and I highly suggest you go watch it if you haven't already. But anyways, back to the calipers. So as you can see, I cleaned up the calipers the best that I could, and I went ahead and masked off where I don't want paint. So you definitely do not want paint getting on your car, because if it gets on your car, then it's basically stuck forever and you're gonna have black spots or whatever color you decide to paint your calipers sitting on your paint for the rest of your life, and you do not want that. So I went ahead and masked it off. It's kind of ugly looking, but it does the job. It doesn't have to be the prettiest, it just has to get the job done. And basically now we get to the fun part where we get to paint, so let's go ahead and do that. man, look how good that came out. That looks awesome. And although the calipers look good just how they are right now, we are not 100% finished. So I bought these pony decals off of eBay for about $6, and the reason that I went with the pony emblem instead of the Mustang lettering or the Mach 1 lettering is because I've heard that the Mach 1 lettering adds about 50 to 75 horsepower, and I am not prepared for that much horsepower. So the pony decals only add about 15 to 20 horsepower, which is perfectly ideal for me. So that's why I went with the pony decals. So we're gonna go ahead and put these on and see how they look. So I went ahead and put the decals back on, I put the wheels back on, I lowered back the Mach 1, and here's how it looks. As you can see, it looks pretty awesome. It's not really too noticeable. It's kind of one of those details that get lost if you don't pay attention to them, but I'll know it's there, and it looks pretty sweet. And I think that the black calipers look really well with the azure blue, so I'm glad I went with black and not orange, which is my second option, so I'm glad I didn't go that route. So I'm super happy with them, and I did not end up putting the decals on the rear calipers because there was no room for them. So the rear calipers stay the same, the front looks awesome, and I'm very pleased with the result. But other than that, this is where I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. So thank you so much for watching, and a huge thank you because we did reach our goal of 200 subscribers, so that's super awesome. I'm very grateful to have over 200 people watching my video, so thank you so much for that. But other than that, make sure to give me a huge thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace!